this crazy world where a Republican has harsher words in response to Donald Trump possibly working with a foreign government to dig up dirt on his political opponent. Bill Weld is the Republican I'm speaking of, and here he is talking about what should happen to Donald Trump if these accusations are proven.
Talk about pressuring a foreign country to interfere with and control a US election. It couldn't be clearer. And that's not just undermining democratic institutions. That is treason. It's treason pure and simple. And the penalty for treason under the US code is death. That's the only penalty.
What's the legal framework here? Have you looked into this? How do you see this proceed?
Well, the legal framework is under the U.S. Criminal Code. The only penalty for treason is death. It's spelled out in the statute. It's well past time for this guy, in my opinion, to be colloquial, to be carted off to save us all.
Okay.
Wow.
So while a Republican is saying Donald Trump should be executed, Nancy Pelosi is still writing letters. As Trump would say, letters.
Norway.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, there will be grave new era of lawlessness. Oh, wow, man, I didn't know you were gonna be that strong.
She also said that the Democrats will enter a new phase of investigations.
Oh my God, a new phase of investigations. Meanwhile, the Republicans like, let's execute the Republican president.
Well, one. And
Okay.
look, to be clear, when it comes to Republicans in office, they're much more concerned about their political careers than protecting the system of government we have in place here in the United States. I mean, Mitt Romney did a super mild tweet in response to the whistleblower report saying,
Here, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
And look, you could argue that like it is super mild, except for the fact that it's stronger than anything any Democrat outside of AOC has said.
Correct, yeah.
So it's like this is the topsy-turvy world we live in. Anyway, he wrote, if the president asked or pressured Ukraine's president to investigate his political rival, either directly or through his personal attorney, it would be troubling in the extreme, critical for the facts to come out.
And my point is that, in my opinion, super mild tweet has already been met with so much fury by Trump supporters. And so Romney took a real political risk in putting out a super mild tweet in response to Donald Trump. So if you're waiting on Republicans in office to hold Trump accountable, you'd be wrong, that's never gonna happen. That's the reason why so many Republicans have decided to retire. They're not seeking re-election. In this case, I don't know what Romney's thinking, but I'm glad that he put that out there because it's true. I mean, this is serious. And again, his tweet is mild. It's not like I'm giving him too much credit. He's just the one of few who spoke out.
So let's just talk about motivations for 1 second, but then get back to the major point about the difference between two parties. So Romney has 3 possible motivations. One is he could actually mean it, and in the past he has been fairly principled on these issues. Number 2 is he might run against Trump. I mean, that's a much smaller possibility, but if Trump goes under, Romney might run in a very crowded Republican field that'll come late. So that's a possible motivation. And third is Romney just doesn't like Trump, okay, because Trump has said awful, hideous things about Mitt Romney. So, and Weld is obviously running against Trump. I'm giving you the full context. Now, having said that, the more important part is the Democrats are barely whispering against Trump. I mean, resistance, what a hilarious joke. Whereas if you have any Republican that opposes Trump, they immediately go way over the top of the Democrats because they know how to fight. I mean, it shows that the Democrats are exactly what we've been saying for all this time. The Democratic leadership is pathetically weak.
I just love how every time we talk about weak Democratic leadership, we bring up that B-roll featuring Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer side by side giving that press conference.
Yeah.
Because that's their idea of resistance. That weak sauce performance, this, and the creepiness of it all, that is their idea of holding Donald Trump accountable, which is why he's emboldened to keep doing the types of things he's doing. Including in 8 separate communications with the leader of Ukraine, coercing and pressuring him to open and launch an investigation into Hunter Biden. Come on.
Guys, just imagine this. Imagine if Pelosi said, well, it's obviously treason and the penalty for treason is death.
I can't imagine it. I literally can't imagine it.
No, and if she had said it, the whole world would have exploded like, oh my God. Meanwhile, Republicans say it casually, and it's barely news. Like, Well, yeah, I mean, and would Republicans have said it about Obama? Of course they would have. Would they have said it about Clinton? They would have said it 1,000 times about Clinton if they had done anything remotely like this. But that's because the Republicans are strong and Democratic leadership is the worst of the worst. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.